Okay, up to homework 8. Let's take a look. All right. Look at the graph. Earned versus saved. Money earned, dollars saved. Okay, so we can match. So they started out with 100, and then, okay. What earnings will produce $225 in savings? Dollars saved, 225 would be here, right? Between 250, and so I go up, I go up, I go up. Oh, my eyes here, 225, go up, go up, go up. And the answer is 1,000. So I had to have $1,000, my answer. What earnings will produce $225 in savings? So $1,000 earned, that I would save $225. How much is saved from earnings of 400? So in earnings of 400, I look here and I look across, and it was at $75 saved. Just how to read the graph. What is the slope of the line of this graph? Okay, that's interesting. So how do I figure out the slope? How do I figure out the rate of change? So from 100 to 200, if I look at just here and go like figure out my rise and run, right? One box is the width of if I'm counting right, one box is the width of 25, correct? So 25, 50. So the width is 25, but raising up these 2 units is 100. So the rise is 100 and the run is 25. So my slope here is 4. Okay? Think rise over run. And you really have to be careful like how you're counting. The width in one box, figure out the width is 25. The height in each box was, it appears that it was 50, so that would be up 100. Okay? For each increase of $200 in earnings, what is the increase in savings? So, from 100 to 200, it went from 100 to now at 25. The width is 25 and went up to 200. So for each increase of $200, so from 200, let's do that. From $200 to 400, it went all the way over to 75. So it is increasing by $50. Okay, what's the equation of the line? There's your B, right there's your B, and what do we come up with the slope? 4. So our earnings, which is the Y, the earnings equals, our slope is 4 times the savings, but plus 100. Okay, so this is the E and this is the S, earnings and savings. All right, let's try the next one. A ride in a cab costs 40 cents plus 15 cents per mile. Write and graph an equation for traveling. Okay, so we know the way it's written here, the cab costs 40 cents plus 15 cents per mile. There's your M, this is your M, and this is your B. So my equation is going to be, the cost will be 15 cents per mile plus 40 cents to show up, to start. So on my graph, I'm going to start at 40, and I need to rise by 15 cents. Now I'm going to give you a hint here. It gets kind of annoying to try to count out a graph of that. For every minute I have to go over 1 minute, up 15 cents, and so on and so on. That's a little bit difficult. So I'm going to just kind of jump ahead and go, okay, I need one more dot. So if I went 6 miles, so I'm going to go 0.15 times 6, but then add 0.40. So 15 times 6 is 15 times 6, I believe, is 90 cents plus 0.40. So I really get, and when I add those up, I get 1.30, right? So at 6, it's 1.30. So can I find over here at 6, I got to go up to 130. right there. And now I have my dots. Once I have 2 dots, I can connect those dots and make the line. But be really accurate here. Okay? All right, a cab charged 70 cents for the ride. Oh, so 70 cents would be here. So how many minutes was it? Or how many miles? It was 2 miles. Right? How much does the cab charge for 8 miles? Okay, so I've got my line right. At 8 miles, it's going to be $1.60. Okay, so again, all I did was take a value for x down here, the 6, and I went, let me put it in the equation, 50 cents per mile. So I do 15 cents times 6, and then add on the 40 cents, and the total cost was $1.30. So that's how I graphed this point, 6, $1.30, and then drew my line. And that helped me answer the others. Kind of makes sense? Okay. Page, what's next here? No, wait, we've got to find page 2 first. That's right. There's page 2. Complete the table if necessary and then write the function rule. All right, so 1 minute is 60, 2 minutes 70, 80. So we know then it's increasing by 10 cents, right? So the next would be, okay, so the increase is 10 cents per minute, right? And that's our rate of change. That's our slope. This is the slope. It's increasing by 10 cents per minute. And if that's true, and we need to figure out where it's starting at 0, if we want to go back 1, I got to reduce it by 10 cents, right? So it's technically 50 cents. So the phone, number of minutes, cost of phone, is basically they're charging you 50 cents to start. So the cost is 10 cents per minute, but plus 50 cents to start. Make sense looking at that? Okay. Find the rate of change. Explain what the rate of change means in this situation. Okay, so time in seconds, distance. So the distance per, or miles per second. So we're looking at miles per second. Remember, y divided by x. So if I go right to the first one, it's always easy to look at the first one. They went 2 miles in, how long? 10 seconds. So 2 miles in 10 seconds. So 1 mile will take 5 seconds. Got it? And let's see, what's explain what the rate means. So for every 5 seconds, the distance increases by 1 mile. That's it. Number 9, the function rule, C equals 26 plus 10n, relates the number of people, so people is n, who attend a small concert to the cost in the dollar C, so the total cost. Evaluate the function to find the range and the domain values of 27, 39, and 43 people attending. Interesting. So domain and range is x and y. That's all it is. Domain and range, right? So 27 people are going to come. That's 1. 39 people are going to come. 43 people are going to come. And the range is basically the answer for the cost. So the cost is $26 plus 10 cents per n. So all you're doing is plugging these in. 26 plus 10 times 27. Well, 10 times 27 makes 270 plus 26. And my answer, if I add those, makes 296. So 296 would be the range for 27 people, or the cost. Got to do it for each one, that's all. So I want to do 26 plus 10 times 39, and what's that, 390 plus 26, and my answer here is 416. So 416 goes there. And the last one is 26 plus 10 times 43. So 26 plus 430 makes 456. 456 is the charges. So for 27 people, $296. 39 people, 400, and so on. Obviously it's increasing by $10 per person, but the initial charge was $26. Okay? Number 10 is a spiral. Another state question. Another state question. Okay, John drew the graph below to represent a situation. So as minutes went by, the degrees go up. That's easy. All right, so in 5 minutes time, it went from 0 degrees to 100. So think about this. Y divided by x. The y here is 100. The x here is 5. So what's the rate? 20 what? 20 degrees per minute. Okay, so just looking at that, I can come up with an estimation. Which statement could just describe this? The temperature of a frozen pizza cooking in an oven increases 5 degrees every minute? No, we just figured out it was 20 degrees. So it's not A. Frozen pizza cooking in the oven increases 10 degrees? No, it's not 10. Not B. The temperature of frozen pizza cooking in the oven is 15 degrees? No, not the temperature of frozen pizza cooking in the oven is 20 degrees every minute. Bingo. See how easy? Alyssa pays 50 cents per hour to park her car at the museum. Which graph correctly shows the relationship between hours, X, and Alyssa's car is parked and the total parking cost in Y? So that's kind of easy. It's Y equals 0.50 cents times X, meaning the number of hours. There's no initial fee. And as the hours would increase, the price is going to go up, right? Right? Price is going up. This price stayed at $2. Definitely not that. Oh, this could be it. Cost is going up. Oh, this one, the bottom one, let's just look at all of them real quick. You can eliminate. I like to eliminate. This one is another one, the same price all the way over depending on hours. Yep, nope. So now I got to choose between these two. Okay? And I need to come up with one that increases by 50 cents. So in 2 hours, if she stays there for 2 hours, 50 cents twice is $1, isn't it? So find me a graph that in 2 hours, the fee is $1. In this one, in 2 hours, the fee would be $4. So her parking answer is right here, is $1. Okay, there's always it comes out to be 2 you can eliminate right away, and then the other 2 you have to kind of focus on. All right. And now package. The next section is notes and homework for 9. It's all practice of what we've learned. Okay, so you should be able to. Most of these are right from. If you recognize them, these are right from state tests. Have to be able to learn and read how to interpret the graphs.